Hello, this is the second part of our Scratch programming tutorials. It's meant to get you into simple game design through Scratch, which is a website for block code, and easy game development. We're going to be focusing on actual coding and explaining what each block does today. So to get started, press the little folder button after you've signed in. You click it, and then it'll open up the projects, the one that we were working on last time. If you don't have anything else, it should be called Untitled unless you decide to rename it. You press it, and then it'll bring up this page here. If you click this will actually run your game from here, and you can actually show others. But we don't have a game yet, we haven't built anything, so we're going to click the button that says See Inside. So after pressing the See Inside button, it'll show us that same creation studio like we did before. So today, we're going to focus on moving our characters. So the first thing, you can see the motion blocks here that say move, turn, go to, glide, point, change X, set X, change Y, and set Y. And then they have these ones that are a little special, which we might get into in the future. So these are all blocks that will do some sort of movement. We're going to be working with them, but you can't just drag these here and then have it move 10 steps. There's nothing that says you need to tell it why or when it should move 10 steps. So for this, we're going to press the orange Control tab, and we're going to scroll up, and in here, when it says when flag clicked, we're going to bring this here, and we're going to put our move command and snap it here. So now, when this is clicked, we will move 10 steps. So what's that going to do? We're going to click this, and the guy's going to move 10 steps. Every time we click it, he'll move 10 steps. So 10 steps isn't actually like 10 big giant steps or 10 feet. It's 10 small steps here. So if I make this 0, he'll be in the middle, and I press play, it moves it by 10. So this is going to be moving to the right. Now what if we want to move him to the left, or if we want to move him that way? In order to do that, so you have to do the opposite of what 10 steps is. So if you're going plus 10 steps in this direction, in the right direction, you want to go minus 10 steps to go in the left direction. So when you say when flag clicked, you do move minus 10 steps. So you press it, and now the character will move back. So you do that, or if you do this, he will move up again. So we did right and left, but what if we want to move the character up or down? If we want the character to be able to fly or move up and down like we say jump. So in order to do that, there's no move command to move up or down. So you have to go back to the motion, and if moving 10 steps moves us in the X direction, that's going to be right or left. So in order to move up or down, we want to move in the Y direction. So we can try this out really quick. So we can take this, we can delete this block, and instead of using the 10 steps, we can try change X by 10, which will do the same thing as what 10 steps did. So you see that it moved from -10 to 0. It added 10, or 10 steps. If we do it again, it'll add another 10. And we can do the same thing for moving backwards, which is going to be -10. Now, if we want to do up and down, if you see the Y here, which will be up and down, you can do the change Y by. We're going to delete this X one first. We're going to put Y, and now you're going to see the character move up by 10 steps. This moved up. Now if we want to do it down, we do the same thing, and we do -10. So he goes down, down, down again. So that's how you move your character to all sides. Now, if you want to move your character, but what if you want to move them without clicking this button, or when you press your arrow keys? That's when you go back down to these tabs, And you can see this one that says when space key pressed. Let's drag this out here, and we can click it here. If you see here, you see up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, left arrow. So we'll do when up arrow key pressed, we'll bring another one. When down arrow key pressed, we'll bring one more, which says when right arrow key pressed, and I'll bring one last one that says when left arrow key pressed. Then we go back to motion. So if you want it, let's start with up and down. We just did that. So we change Y by 10 when we go up. We change Y by -10 when we go down. Then when right is pressed, you change X by 10. And when left is pressed, you change X by -10. So to try this out, you can press your keys and the character will move. And it'll show which one is being pressed in the code. So you're moving left, up, right, down, right, up, left, down. That's how you use your keyboard to move your character. So that's how you can get started with moving your character in these simple games, instead of using the when the flag is clicked, because you don't want to always click the flag just to move your character. So this was a quick tutorial on how to move your characters in Scratch. In the future, we'll do things like sounds, changing the looks of our character, turning our characters around, making them face different characters, adding more characters into the game, and many more things in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.